Philippines to allow entry for foreign tourists soon. The Department of Tourism said the Philippines would welcome international tourists for leisure travel soon. The development came after Tourism Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat announced on Friday that the Interagency Task Force on the Management of Infectious Disease, or IFTF-EID, has approved in principle the entry of fully vaccinated tourists from green list countries, territories, and jurisdiction upon the request. Ayon sa Department of Tourism, ay sinasabi ay malugod na tinatanggap natin ang mga turista galing sa ibang lugar or international tourist traveler. At ayon naman po kay Bernadette Romulo Puyat, she approved o pinapayagan niya na pumunta ang mga turista sa green list countries or terrorist jurisdiction. Pero, kailangan po natin sumunod po sa protocol. Ang kailangan po natin is fully vaccinated. And, when this will serve as a good news to the Philippines, who allowing the foreign tourists to visit our beautiful spots, and it will help to solve income crisis. And we also promote how beautiful Philippines is. And it added more employees, and life must go on. We must just follow the protocol to avoid violence. And we have presidential news for President Rodrigo Duterte Jr. And I will share my screen.
My fellow Filipinos, the COVID-19 pandemic has claimed many lives, adversely affected our economy, and tested our resilience as a nation. After almost a year of upending our way of life,
that would be finalized approved by the IATF-EID. It is composed of representatives from DOT, Department of Foreign Affairs, Health, Finance, Trade and Industry, Transportation, Labor and Employment, Public Works and Highways, Bureau of Quarantine, Bureau of Immigration, and Board of Investment, according to the Department of Justice Undersecretary John Paulo Salvahan, a deputy of the Small Working Group on Travel. It is very important to make sure that everyone who involved in this are agreed and ready, and all actions are well studied, because all of them are having a big role in economic recovery. Starts in health, transportation, finance, and many more. So approval of all of them is very important to make this action well done.
This proposal, the country would open leisure travel from the green countries, classified by the Department of Health as low-risk countries to COVID-19. Puyat said the approval of the DOT proposal would help the country's tourism industry get back on its feet. In 2019, the Philippines recorded 8.26 million tourist arrivals, which dropped to just 1.48 million in 2020. The tourism industry likewise contributed 12.7% to the country's GDP in 2019, but the DOT noted a 61.2% decrease in 2020, with only 5.4% contribution to the GDP.
So guys, yun po yung critical problem.
Dahil sa ilalim ng panukalang ito, magbubukas ang bansa leisure ng travel mula sa mga green country na inuri ng DOT or Department of Tourism bilang mga low-risk na bansa sa COVID-19. Ni Puyat na ang pag-aproba sa panukala ng DOT or tinatawag natin na Department of Tourism ay makakatulong sa industriya ng turismo ng bansa na makabangon muli. Then noong 2019, nakapagtala ang Pilipinas ng 8.26 million. Tourist arrival na bumaba sa 1.48 million. Noong 2020 naman, ang industriya ng turismo ay nag-ambag din ng 12.7% sa GDP or Gross Domestic Product ng bansa noong 2019. Ngunit ang DOT ay nagtala ng 61.2% na pagbaba noong 2020 na may lamang 5.4% ng kontribusyon sa GDP.
It launched the following 3 strategies to overcome the tourism setback, which are also stated: its tourism response and recovery plan. Tourism is one of the source of incomes to local workers and communities. By ensuring the visitors and quality and safety service, it can raise a high rate of tourism and economy. Supporting the recovery plan of tourism enterprises is needed when a tourism crisis strikes to the economy and there are some changes, improvement that need to implement. Domestic and foreign market need a support to higher economic income to rebuild competence to grow demand for a faster growth of one market. Both markets are important in very place because here is the Philippines has a lot of foreign. Also in foreign country had the domestic people. That why both market is very important to support, grow more and to give more confidence to our market.
Everyone knows what and how the economy has collapsed since the pandemic began. Everyone has been affected and a country really can't afford to rise again without the help of tourists visiting it, and our government is doing everything possible to bring about the re-emergence of our economy. The willingness to revisit the tourist in our country is a big help to re-emerge the Philippine economy, but this requires vigilant study to prevent the spread of COVID-19, keep strict vigilance and adherence to the things that can prevent it from spreading, and also to encourage tourists that everywhere they go is safe. And we must not only think about the revert of our economy, but also the safety of the people who come to our area to be safe. And most of all, the continuous improvement of tourist sites to attract them more and make them feel that despite this pandemic, there is a place they can experience, that they can be happy and joy, safe outside their homes. So these are the possible suggestions that we made. They should have vigilant study to avoid making mistakes in the decisions we make, because this not only the economic recovery but also the lives and safety of the tourists who visit us, and also the continuous improvement of tourist sites to enrich the people who visit our place more is very important, because they will not come back to a place if there is no excitement or they have nothing new to come back. So for example, others says that how do others come back if nothing should come back too? So we need help everyone and what is good. So we should, and to encourage tourists so that they feel safe in the place they are going to, like advertisement that showing beauty and how they will handle tourists in time like there is a pandemic, and make them feel happy and peaceful in a place, and more than that, feel safe to travel for their families, and also keep the health protocols do always and keep restrictions to follow every time, and encouraging all people, not only the tourists, that they should always follow the restrictions because it's for their safety and a big help for all of us to be free in this pandemic.